We are standing on set. It's the morning of. It's call time.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's had breakfast.
That's right.
We're
ready to go.
We're ready to go. We report to set.
Okay. So now that everybody's here, most of the departments will start to sort of pay attention to the director as they start to walk through what it is that they're going to be shooting that day, especially for the first few setups. Like, okay, what are we doing first? What are we doing next?
Because they might change it up from the call sheet. Something might have happened.
They might. Maybe the director shows up when, this is what we want to do, and the DP says, it's better.
The sun's not going to be where you want it.
Better this way. Can we do this first, right? So you're flexible that way.
But there's the quick point is
there's a certain order to how a set operates to get any one shot. So that's the idea. Like, how do we get this one shot off? And so the basic structure, and it's been this way for 100 years.
120.
Yeah, it's true, 120. So is block, light, rehearse. Blocking means, as a director, how are your actors moving through the set, and how is the camera going to be capturing that?
Everybody's watching, right?
Everybody's paying attention.
At least the keys are all on set.
Everybody's paying attention to the director and how he's having the actors move around the set, and how where the camera might be, how the camera might move in that same scene.
They're blocking it out.
They're blocking it out in chunks, right? They're blocking this scene out. Now, once they've got this blocked out, we're going to shoot this, and you say this, and he says this, and this actor goes there, and the camera's going to move in, and then it's going to pull out, and then it's just one camera setup, right? I'm not talking about the reversal. I'm not talking about anything. This is one camera setup.
First thing we're going to shoot today. This is exactly what we're doing.
So they block it out. Now they know what it is, but it's not lit.
No.
So at this point,
lights are probably still on the truck.
It takes they're probably coming off the truck, right? So oftentimes the director will stand kind of where the camera is going to be, right? So that they can.
That way the crew can see, wherever the crew's standing around, they can kind of see. Okay, director's standing there.
This is probably where the lens is going to be, and he's looking from where his vantage point, it's most likely that person's vantage point where they expect to put the camera when it arrives, because it may not even be on set yet.
It's probably not off the truck yet.
So after they've got it blocked, now it's time, because you can't move lights and equipment and everything else in the middle of trying to sort of rehearse a scene. So now it's time to step back, now that the lighting team and the director of photography and the gaffer have seen kind of what you're trying to do. They need to look at this thing and say, okay, well, this is how we need to light it.
So actors go away.
Actors go away. Director comes back a little bit. Let's turn the set over to the director of photography, who at that point is going to work with his team, the gaffer, the
grips, the
electricians, and all that other stuff. They're going to work towards lighting what they saw blocked out.
Right.
Once they're done.
Once it's lit.
Once it's lit and it's ready to go, like, okay, this is where we're at.
Now we can bring the actors in.
Bring the actors back in. Camera's there now, so we have a lens we
set
can
up.
look
It's
through.
ready to go.
And
you rehearse.
And we rehearse. Now, this is probably, I would say this is one of the more, especially in independent or young filmmakers process, this is skipped a lot, or at least rushed. Because
don't rush this part.
There's a phrase that's used or thrown around probably more liberally than it should be in Hollywood, and that is happy accident. So if something is a happy accident, it's like you didn't mean to get it, but man, it made all the difference in your movie, and it just really works. It's very rare. It doesn't happen very often, and it's one of those things that you don't plan for. Mm-hmm. Like, don't plan for those. They just kind of happen, and they're going to happen. That's great. But rehearsals are those moments where you're going to work with the actors and try and achieve these great moments on set. You're going to try and massage the timing and the sort of style of the acting and try and get those performances to be something memorable on screen. And that's where that happens, is in rehearsal. So take your time, rehearse, get it right, then you shoot. So block, light, rehearse.
Yeah.
Then you can shoot. But you go through those steps on every single setup that you do.
I personally love the rehearsal part.
Oh, man.
Because you're able
This
to
is
work
where
with
the
the actors.
nuance-
It's like you're really sort of pulling the nuance out of that script that you created so many weeks ago or months ago, and you are really now starting to massage it. And this is what's going to make it great. And getting those performances and adjusting it and moving it here and there, and I just love it.
It is part of the process where it's the first time, actually, where you'll start, as the director, you're going to start to get that vision. You're starting to see the vision come. It's starting to arrive, you know. It's just starting to show up. And so it's not a time to sit back and do nothing, right? During those rehearsals, you've got to get in there, and the actors don't just suddenly, it's magic, and they just do what they do.
And if you're a young filmmaker, your actors are probably a little less experienced.
Yeah.
This is a time for them to really sort of get their sea legs on, their acting legs on, and just to get comfortable with having the camera there and lights around them and crew all staring down on them. I mean, this is really take this time to really kind of let them get comfortable and let those performances be natural. So, take your time.
Block, light, rehearse.
And cut.